Hello there, welcome back to another video on ARK Survival Ascended. Today I'm going to be continuing my work on the mountain ruins rebuild project, but we're actually working on the breeding zone on top of the mountain because we don't want to use anything that has foundations or floors where dinos tend to glitch through. We found out that the top of the mountain is probably the best place to do that. Okay, so bear with me here. I'm on top of the mountain. It is night, so it is a little bit dark, but I wanted to show you more of the progress as I'm building everything that I'm going to be building. So right now you can see some very weird and ugly foundation lines right here. Some of them are ceilings, some of them are just, you know, totally weird. Both sides of this have it right now. Oh, I got a couple of extras here that I need to still take out. And we got the big gate here. But this is basically where it's gonna start. This is where the mountain ruin kind of ends. Oh, sorry for the noise. But yeah, the mountain ruin kind of ends. So this is gonna be the big gate into our dino breeding area and or sort of castle thingy. Because I think I'm just gonna build some like castle walls and trying to make them look good, but the main problem is of course the insane height difference, because there is where the thing is gonna start and it's gonna end up at least going until like this high over there, because that's like where this natural platform is. It might go further, I don't know, like, but at least this high it will have to be. And this is quite a little bit higher than where we start. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting challenge to try and make a design that will still look good when going uphill. I don't know how far this needs to go through. We'll see. So we'll have a big space where we can easily have some dinos in here. And then I'll probably make some roof bits with like a place where we can have the air conditioning. We can have, I don't know, whatever we need, whatever we want. But at least the walls are going to be the first big challenge, and probably after that I'll see what we can fit inside of it. Okay, as promised, I'm keeping you up to date to my process. Again, sorry for all the penguins here, but yeah, I've been doing some designing of what it could look like. I don't think I'm going to keep this. I think I'm going to get rid of it because this behemoth gate just makes it too big, I think. Like, I feel like it doesn't make a whole lot of sense here on top of this mountain. Because, well, the one thing I can do now is keep the height of the wall, the top of the wall, probably the same everywhere, because it would line up pretty nicely with the top. But the thing that I have right now would basically become one big rectangle of a build, of a castle, which I don't think is going to be the best look. And also, it's on top of a mountain. I feel like this is just too big. Like, it's just too tall to be here to make sense. So I think I'm going to take it all down and start designing with a smaller gate, because I just asked my tribe as well, like, realistically, we're not going to walk anything in and out of here. Like, you're going to use cryopods or you're going to carry it out. Like, yeah, you're not going to walk down, because most dinos, especially the bigger dinos that need this gate, you can't even walk them out of the ruins anyway. So yeah, I don't think I need to worry about that too much. And if we build on a smaller scale, I think we can get something nicer and maybe a more organic shape. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take down everything, and I'm gonna start with basically placing again the wall foundations down, but just try to make a different and more interesting shape. But if you are looking for a very big wall design, you could probably do something like this. So what I've done is I've got these little bits sticking out with the stone roof. Then I've got stone roofs creating this shape with the quarter walls in between, and then connecting it like that. Like, I think it looks nice. It's all right. It's not too bad. But yeah, I'm not gonna keep it. So next time we'll see a different layout where I'm more happy with, hopefully. Okay, I've done another thing. I've done more planning of where I want the walls to be and how I want the shape of the castle to be. And I'm much happier with this way. Now, it's completely not designed at all yet. It's just flat walls, but yeah, I'm just trying to show off the process as much as possible. So yeah, this is the current shape. So we've got a gate here connecting to the ruins, and then we got these circular towers everywhere. And as you can see, let me try to get a little bit higher. Like, it's not just a normal square shape. This went pretty smoothly. The only part where it didn't quite line up was the part where I needed to connect it, but it's all right. It's not too much overlapping. Well, I guess that's what you get for trying to go this like random dynamic, and also because of course the weird shape of the mountain that I kind of still had to follow, of course. But I think this shape will definitely work out. So let's take a closer look a little bit over here. So the idea is that we have kind of these castle walls. Let me try and get in there. Should be able to get on top of it. So I have these castle walls. I have this big staircase in here instead of closing it off, because I figured you still want to have access to the top of the mountain. I might build something up there, like maybe like a cool building, maybe I don't know, something special, maybe a cathedral, I don't know, something crazy, something cool would be nice to have there as a building, I think. And for these walls, basically what I did, I started with where the gate was going to be. Then I just tried to basically lay down the shape with foundations all around, and then I decided on the height of the wall. I started over here, then I made this tower platform, then I went down a little bit to see where I could connect in a straight line to the next platform, but it does go down by one. That is because basically all of the rest until up there is on the same height, which is kind of nice, because I'm not gonna build the interiors for all these towers. Like, I'm gonna build from here upward basically, because there's no use in building entrances in every single tower. We're never gonna use all of that. So I just wanted you to be able to walk across the wall at least, go into the tower, go into the next part of the wall. So yeah, we have this all being the same height, which is kind of nice. Probably gonna build some kind of structure on top of this gate, because I feel like that's nice. That makes a lot of sense. And then we've got more of these circular towers and following the shape all the way along, which I'm quite happy with the results. And you have to go up there and whatever, because I haven't obviously finished at all. It was more just about getting the shape right, and I think I am much happier with the way this looks now, because the shape is just a little bit more organic, more interesting, and yeah, that's just a little bit nicer, I think. So now I can actually get started with building. I've got a couple of things to design. First off, I definitely need a good design for these circular towers, because I've got quite a lot of them. So they need to be somewhat cool, but not too spectacular that if I have like, I've got like 7 of them. So I don't want them to be too crazy, because that will probably be a little bit too busy. And then I need to design these towers. First off, I was just going to do a tower similar to what I built right there. Might still do that. We'll see what I end up with. And of course, we also have the little gate in between, so we can build some kind of connection between these two towers, which will probably be cool. Now, the reason why I wanted this big staircase is because obviously I don't want to close this all off, and I didn't want to make the castle too big. And I think I'm going to build something kind of cool, like a very cool building on top of here, just as like the focal point. I feel like it makes sense to have something cool on the mountain. I don't know if it will be like a functional building or just something that will be cool, and then we'll see whatever. Inside of the castle though, I also still want to build some structures. All right, let me fly up once so you can see the entire layout, for if you're crazy enough to try and build this yourself. This is kind of what the layout looks like. So those square towers are basically 3x3s, and then the circular ones are just like the basic circles with triangles and then going around again normally. And then most of the walls are like 7 long, I think. Yeah, most of them. Not all of them, obviously, but most of them are. I don't know if you're gonna be able to build this for yourself, but you know, if you're trying to copy some of the designs, I don't know. You might be able to. Okay, well, I guess it's time to actually get building and get designing some cool stuff. I don't know where to start first. Maybe the gate, maybe something else. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I have been at work trying to do some designing. So instead of, you know, going crazy and finishing the whole thing before showing you, I figured I'd do a little update. Probably easier for me to get into the air. So by no means do I have the entire design. I have been preparing a little bit of the like battlements of this castle wall very easily, but I have also been working on these towers. Now I'm going for a similar style as I did on the tower that's on the corner of the main building, just because I want to tie this whole place together, of course, and I feel like that is a good way. Also, I just really like these balconies, and now you have this nice view of the ocean right here, and I think even their ocean bases is somewhere over there next to the swamp, I think. So yeah, it looks very nice. The gate is in, the tower is coming together for sure. I just need to add on the roofs, and I've also got a pretty decent wall design in my opinion. This one is completely done. Now it's nothing too fancy, but I think this will work. The wall's not that high anyway, and I think this is enough details to make it interesting enough that I can be happy with it. And also very important, it's easy enough, I think, to replicate along all of these walls, so that will be good. Let me show them a little bit closer if I can just land over here. So yeah, basically we've got these parts that are jutted out from the walls with these you know, roofs beneath them to, you know, get an extra little layer, extra detail going, and then have these windows or door frames, the tall door frames, and then some quarter walls inside. So probably not possible on official, unfortunately, but it does really look nice. Yeah, and then here we've got just normal stone railings with some quarter walls in there as well, just to add to these battlements. And yeah, that's coming together quite nicely. I still need to add stairs into these towers so that we can actually enter from below, because these towers are going to be one of the entryways that you can actually get onto the wall without a flyer, which should be fine. I mean, probably we're not going to be on these walls a lot. Like, it's not like it's a PvP base where we need to defend. So yeah, we're probably not going to be here a lot, but I still, you know, want to make sure it is possible. But I think I'm onto something now. I'm much happier with this design than I was with the big one. So I'm very happy that I took it all down, even though sometimes it can feel like a bit of a shame if you spend some time, you know, laying out a whole build. If you're not feeling it, sometimes it's good to push through, because you'll get to a point where you are feeling it. But sometimes it's also fine just to try again and try something new. And this, in my opinion, is much better. I think it wasn't necessarily the height of the build. It was more so the shape, which felt very boring. And now it feels a lot more interesting and a lot more realistic of what an actual castle would be like. Like, they usually aren't like straightforward. They have these weird shapes. So I feel like now it fits in way better with the ruins as well. Now, of course, I've got a lot of building to do still. And I will also eventually, when I'm done with all the things, be painting these ruins into the same color as we did the main building, so they will look a little bit more in place with these ruins, and of course also just with the building. But yeah, I just really like the color of this much more than the default stone, or at least for this build. It's also nice to have something different, a change. Same with the roofs of these buildings. I'll change them as well to the colors that we have on those main builds. But yeah, we're making progress. It's starting to come together, and I'm very happy with it so far. Okay, slowly but surely the castle is coming together. As you can see, I've been working on the walls, doing the same design I did on the front everywhere, and yeah, it's really starting to come together now. It's really starting to look like a proper castle walls. And then here on the ends, I have some plants so that we know the dinos are going to be safe in here, because they're probably going to be passive, so they don't, you know, start running around every time something flies by. And then the plants hopefully will just take care of that. Yeah, very happy with the way the place is coming together now. It's really starting to look like a proper little castle now. Basically, all I need to do is design one of these round towers until I'm happy with the design, and then just copy and paste that 6 more times, I guess. So we're getting there. We're getting close, and then we can finally paint this thing to look like all the other places here. So yeah, that's going to be good. And then I still need to figure out whatever I'm going to be building on the top here, but I'm not sure that will be in the same episode. That really depends on how much time it's still going to take for me to build everything else. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the way this is turning out. So I built a castle as a dino pen, and I think it's turning out pretty good. So we're here on top of the mountain, of course, for the mountain ruin rebuild project, and we really needed a dino pen for all the breeding. And first I thought I would just build a roof, because we didn't want any foundations on the ground, because dinos keep glitching through them. And then I thought, you know what, why not have like a wall around it? And that quickly turned into this castle that you've been seeing this episode. And now it is almost done. So I finally designed a tower for these round parts, and then I did that all around. Like, it is an overlap, a full overlap, because that's the only way to do it for the circular ones. But I think it looks all right. And then I changed one corner, actually. The one that didn't quite line up perfectly, I changed that from a round tower to the normal square one. Basically just to add some extra variation, because I had so many round towers already. And if you want to build the square tower yourself, actually there's now a tutorial up for that as well, so you can do it yourself. And I've started painting. All the roofs are now the twilight color, so a little bit dark purple shade. And I'm trying to paint all the rest of it to parchment, all these stone. This part, as you can see, is already done. Love the way that looks. Definitely prefer that a lot. Definitely makes the build a lot more unique as well. So I'll slowly but surely be painting all of this, and that is quite a lot of painting to do. But I like to do it at the end, because sometimes I change things during the building, and every time you pick something up, it changes back to the default color. So that would have been a pain as well. But yeah, very excited with the way this has turned out. I love the way this looks. I think that I'll probably still will be adding some like sheds and stuff in here, like maybe a little roofing in the corner where we can place some air conditioning for like hatching eggs, and then maybe a nice place for the cryo fridge, and you know, stuff like that that we definitely will be using a lot in this place. So I'll definitely be adding a little bit to it. But as for a nice little safe square where we can be, I think this is pretty good. I'll be looking into how to add some extra plants around to make sure it's also very safe, so everything here can be on passive without us having to worry about it too much as well. And then I think I definitely want to build something cool on top of this. I think I mentioned a cathedral or something, like something special, something like different that I haven't built before, I think would be nice. So if you have suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below as well. And then I think that's going to be it for this episode. So hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you hopefully in the next video. Bye bye.